Hello, everybody, and welcome to the One Piece live-action LOVEcast. That's right; it's not a regular podcast. It is a regular podcast.
It's full of love.
Yeah. There you go. That's the difference. Everybody else who does like any type of like One Piece podcast, they don't love One Piece like we do.
Like we're the only ones.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. I'm Ed. My pronouns are he, him. As always, I am joined by my dear beloved friend Tide. Tide, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Tide. I also go by Tamara. I use he and she pronouns. I'm a voice actor for video games, commercials, etc. I'm in stuff like Magic the Gathering Arena, Wargroove, Warhammer 40k, Rogue Trader, Warframe, a lot of war games, and just got Dragonair. That's a new one that just came out.
Dragonair?
Yeah, it's like a little D&D inspired mobile game. Also Nikkei. I'm in that with our good friend Kira.
Nice. Shouts to Kira Bugman.
Yeah. But yes, thank you for having me as always. It's lovely to be here with my beloved dear friend.
That's me.
That's you.
Yeah, at first I thought you said Dragonair, like the Pokemon. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, it's actually just I play Dragonair now. No, I don't actually. It's not completely out of the question. a lot of my friends have been announcing like Pokemon stuff. So I'm like,
yeah, never say never. So we want to give a very quick shout out to our artist. Like if you're watching the video or if you're glancing over while listening. You're gonna see, like little pirate anime versions of ourselves on the screen. That was done by my dear friend ScribSquab. That he goes by that online. You can find I almost said the video description in the video description.
You can find the video description in the video.
That's true. Yeah, you can find the link to his Twitter in the video description, and so you can commission him if you also want to get some really cool art like we did.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can get if you just pay artists.
Yeah. Wow. What a concept, huh?
Paying people what they're worth. Wow. Couldn't be the AMTP. Whatever.
Yeah. And speaking of, also in the video description, you will find a few donation links. So you can, if you choose to, you can help out the people that are striking right now at the time of this recording.
Yes, please do that.
So solidarity with all the actors and writers and anybody else who is covered under that. Yeah,
striking workers, like, I love you.
Yeah. And last but not least, before we get started, because I know that at this point everyone's like, okay, get on with it, talk about the show. This is primarily a gaming channel. If you so desire, you can check out the playlists that I have, and you can check out some a bunch of really fun playthroughs. One of them, Tide joined in.
I did.
For a visual novel. Yeah, a visual novel called Arcadia.
That was fun.
Legend of Arcadia, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna link that in the end card.
That was some of the most fun I've ever had, like recording for something.
Yeah,
so.
that was crazy. I loved it. But without further ado, I guess we can get started. Oh, and if you enjoy this podcast, please tell your friends about us.
Yeah, or just keep it to yourself, Don't,
It can be your treasure.
It can.
Or you can share it.
I left it all in one place.
Yeah, the podcast tab of the Starlight Homies channel. Yeah, that's where you can find us.
It's the secret.
Yeah. All right, well, okay, let's actually get down to business.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about and break down in this episode.
That's true.
Right off the bat, I mean, we have our favorite clown this episode, so that's awesome.
Yeah. And this episode starts with already we start with a flashback of baby Luffy practicing his gum attacks.
Yeah.
Inside the tavern and breaking everything.
Yeah, that's typical for Luffy though. Like.
Yeah, that's true.
I really enjoyed the fact that he was just like so ready to break more stuff as soon as Shanks walked in. He's
exactly.
like, no, I'll be careful. Oh, Shanks!
Look what I can do! Breaks another
things.
chair. Yeah. Those poor defenseless chairs.
Yeah, I also found their pronunciation of her name like a little weird, but like
oh yeah, because they go Yeah, the
creative.
bartender lady, because they can't decide if they want to call her Makino or Makino.
Makino.
Yeah.
But I love seeing any chance that we get to see the red hair pirates. I'm down with.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Actually, you know, when I was rewatching this episode to take down my little notes, Makino pointed out something that I realized they don't really like talk about like in the series, like as a or they don't really go like into length, which is like the whole like, oh, people are gonna be scared of you when they find out that you're a fruit user, like a you know, like a devil fruit user. That line alone makes it sound like an X-Men kind of situation, you know what I mean? Where it's
like mutants.
Oh, those freaks, exactly. Like just people already just hating devil fruit users just for being different and all that stuff. And it got me thinking that that's not really something that the series as a whole like touches on.
I think they do touch on it a little bit, like without going into too much spoiler territory. In Robin's backstory, they do show like kids making fun of her. It's specifically because she's creepy because of her power. And I don't know, maybe that is just a thing that we just don't see. Or maybe it's kind of implied because we're just, you know, the main character is a devil fruit user. So like,
yeah. Yeah, well, I guess I rather meant many instances of that, because when someone is introduced and they have powers, even like you know, outside of that example, obviously, but it seems like as a whole, people are just like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. But yeah, you are right. There are a few instances, like you said, like with Robin, where it's like, oh no, fucking this freak over here, don't give her any food or whatever, don't let her come hang out with us or anything like that.
I did find it interesting that they chose to like relay to us the like the rules for devil fruits in this kind of like
a flashback
myth.
Oh yeah, like
speak kind of. She was like, "Oh, Mother Sea will reject you."
Mother Ocean.
Say, like, yeah, you can't swim. Like, you can't swim. That's not ever said.
Yeah, because in the I think in the show and in the manga, or when I say the show, I mean the anime. They just say I think like you're cursed by the ocean and you can't swim, or just they just straight up say you lose your ability to swim. I could be, obviously I'm paraphrasing here, right. But I just remember them being way more blunt about it.
Right, you know? Yeah. They do say it like saps your strength or something, but like,
yeah,
it's not as detailed as I would like. I mean, like, obviously it would be really awkward to be like, now, as we all know, if you have a devil fruit, you can't swim. Like,
yeah.
It would feel a little awkward. So, like, I kind of like it, but I wish it was more like spelled out.
Yeah, exactly. But then after that little flashback, oh yeah, that's they also like established that Shanks is about to leave. Yeah, it's about to leave, and so Luffy's a little sad over it. Especially because he really wants to join his crew, but he's too young and he doesn't, and inexperience and all that stuff. Because even though like that's one of the things that I really enjoy about Shanks is the fact that even though he seems like a like a really laid back guy, you know, down to party and drink 24/7. When it comes to like to real stuff like sitting out into the sea, even if it's not the Grand Line, like he recognizes, hey, no, you shouldn't be doing this with us.
Yeah, it seems like he has a really strong like moral code, even if it's just personal morals, like, okay, I don't want to start a fight if it's nothing like against me, but like if it's anything to do with my friends, we're going to burn everything down. Like,
yeah, exactly. Except burn this whole bitch down.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason he's so powerful. Yeah. And I just like that we get to see like these little, you know, drips and drabs of like what he is a little bit. And he's still kind of shrouded in mystery, which is great.
Yeah, I love that. I love that very much. Shanks is seriously one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, same.
So after this little flashback, we're finally back with the, I don't want to say crew, but the tripulation. Is that
the situationship.
The situationship. We're back on the situationship, the little buggy borrowed situationship, and we get to see Nami in her little classic outfit.
Yeah.
And she looks so cute.
It's adorable. I love the adaptation on that. Also, I wanted to point out something I noticed from Luffy's shirt, which is that his shirt is not only an adaptation of like one of the early color spreads, but it's also kind of an adaptation of one of Shanks's appearances in a color spread.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he has like a shirt and it says like "Wonderful Now" or something on the back, or a "Miraculous Now" or something. But it's on the back of Luffy's shirt. I caught that on my rewatch. So.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know if we mentioned that actually in our first episode, but a lot of the outfits throughout the show, because obviously they switch clothes. It's not like how it is.
I like that.
And it's not how it is in the anime and manga, where like they wear, for the most part they just wear like one outfit the whole entire time. Like from episode to episode they do change clothes, and a lot of the time, if not all the time, those clothes are based on something that they wore in a color spread.
Yeah. I do like Zoro's outfit in this scene is actually kind of like they took the design from a color spread, but then they took the colors from his post time skip, which is really cool. Yeah. I just thought it was really neat, like kind of like casting forward. Yeah,
that was pretty awesome. Also the whole how should I even put this? I know that I'm not trying to be this whole like cinema sense dang how did they do this? I just think it's really funny that no one really set out with anything on the, like they just like hopped on the ship on the tiny little ship that's not even theirs, that they got from that Nami stole from a couple of like Buggy stooges. And then still from episode to episode, they still like change outfits. Yeah. Even though like no one brought any clothes or any bags or anything.
Well, we don't know. They could have stolen from another ship along the way.
Because they're pirates.
They're pirates. There could be anything happening. We could have missed like 2 whole islands here.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the beginning of this scene just because Luffy's just so annoying.
Yeah. Like Nami is still trying to crack the safe that they got in the first episode. And she actually does get it open finally. But while she's trying to get that figured out, there's like a really cute moment that I like. That's a thing that's spread throughout the whole live action adaptation, which is like just these little moments that you don't really see in the manga or the anime. Just like a very human thing of it's like you said, Luffy being annoying, and while Nami has her ear to the safe, Luffy puts his ear to Nami's head.
Yeah, it's like he can help if he just gets a little closer. He just wants to feel important and involved in what's happening.
Exactly.
Just very funny. It's very him.
Yeah, that moment was really cute, and I'm glad that they're sprinkling little bits like that.
Just no personal space.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is my treasure that we got, but it's our crew's first pirate treasure, so he's excited.
Even though they're not a crew, don't say that.
They are a crew.
Okay. So then and then when Nami like shoos him away, it's like, no, leave me alone, I'm trying to open this thing. She like knocks his hat away.
Yeah.
And that's when Luffy like suddenly like turns a little serious. Like, hey,
yeah,
careful with this hat is my treasure. Don't mess with that.
And then Zoro wakes up from his nap, not helping.
Yeah, right after Nami opens the safe. Very convenient. He wakes up in time to see the map and something.
I loved his line too when he gets woken up. He's just like, "Hey, I'm trying to nap," and she's like, "Yeah, you're trying to get your beauty sleep or something," and he's like, "You don't like it? Look away."
Yeah.
But yeah, then we get the lore dump as she opens up the safe.
Yeah, what I like about this is just like the fact that like we kind of had an idea, but this scene just really highlights what a lovable idiot Luffy is, and I mean that with as much positivity and love as I can throw in there. He didn't know what the world looked like.
No, he
didn't know anything about the world up until he's like, I'm today years old when I learned about the red line.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like somebody being like, I want to go to Antarctica. I want to go to Antarctica. And then they don't know where it is.
Where is that? Yeah, exactly.
And you have to sit them down and just like, it's at the bottom. Like, it's right there.
Where is there? Can you tell me? Can you show me? Yeah, it's like you said, like Nami sits them down and it's like, look, you idiots, this is where like everything is. These are the seas, this is the grand line, this is the red line, and just like showing them all that stuff. Which is it also works really well from a viewer perspective.
Yeah.
Because then,
I mean, we have to know kind of like the setup.
Yeah.
And we have these two idiots who don't know anything.
Don't know any damn thing. But yeah, and then that's when the viewer gets to find out, like they're in their own world, everything is different over there. It's not quite the same as ours. And and you get like a little bit of exposition on how things, I guess, geographically work over there.
Yeah, and it's needed. The world of One Piece is a little confusing. It's like they got like a water world situation, except for just little islands everywhere.
Exactly.
But yeah, really interesting stuff. Like we hear her explaining everything, and then we get gas bombed.
Oh yeah.
Sleeping gas.
Yeah, it was very, very polite of Buggy's crew to wait until she was done with the exposition.
Oh, we do also get the mention of One Piece. That's right.
Oh yeah,
this is the first time that is actually said aloud.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. I think they do mention it, but like this is like the actual explanation to what the One Piece is.
Yeah, and Zoro's like, what the hell is that? Like a big diamond or something? Like,
yeah.
What is even the One Piece? And Nami is a One Piece truther. She doesn't think that exists.
Yeah.
She thinks it's just fairy tales that parents tell kids to get them to go to sleep. That's true, I guess.
The One Piece is fake.
I guess we'll find out. We'll find out sooner or later.
But then we do get sleep gas.
Yeah.
Which leads us to an awful scene. I could barely watch Luffy choking down the mech tube.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was very detailed. It was like a snake swallowing a mouse or something.
Yeah, I had to do warnings for this, I was showing my friends and I wanted them to be prepared. Some people have things with like puke and stuff. So I warned.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, so hear me out. It's not like puking, but there is some kind of like sword swallowing, but not a sword. not that either. I didn't know how to like warn for it, but it's terrible going in. I know it was a little bit of a problem when it came back out later, but like, Look,
I'm just gonna say it. Luffy vores the map.
He vores it. He
vores it.
Hate it.
Well, not specifically the map, but what's called the tube that the map is on. Yeah.
It would probably not be in great shape if it was just the map.
Yeah.
But
he does it just in time, right before passing out from the sleep gas.
Yeah, it does see Buggy sail in the distance.
Yeah, I really wish that we had seen more of Buggy's pirate ship, because it's very much so coated behind the sleep gas.
Yeah,
but it's like you said, we can mainly just see the sail, and that was really cool. And I was like, oh, is there gonna be like a shot where they show like the full entire ship? But no, we just get that one little glimpse, and I think that's it.
And I thought it was interesting that like we kind of get a glimpse of the actual ship, like his actual ship. But then they decide to take us to Orange Town anyway.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be all on the ship, just, from people guessing. And he does have like a tent on his ship, but like not that big. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting way of kind of getting us the next location.
Yeah, just forcibly dragged to the next location.
That's one way of deciding where you're going.
Yeah, that's true. And then it's like they're captured and they think that like the Marines got them, but since Luffy was the last one to pass out, he's like, no, I actually saw like I saw Jolly Roger right before passing out, so these are pirates.
MBD. Don't worry, guys. Yeah. It's just pirates.
We can take care of pirates. They're not as trained as Marines, so they're easier to kill.
I also love that to wake Zoro up, Luffy just like leans right into his ear and just Zoro. So, again, we get that lack of personal space right off the bat. I love that.
It's so good. It's so good.
Zoro doesn't know Shanks, which I thought was interesting. And again, he probably just grabs whatever is like on the bounty posters in the East Blue, which I don't think they have Shanks is there anymore.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we get a little bit of that. And then we get the big reveal. Luffy does tell them that, oh yeah, it's in a safe place, and then they go, ew.
Does he like pat his stomach when he says that?
He's like, it's in a safe place, and they're like, no.
Yeah, they're both like completely grossed out.
But then we do get the actual like tent reveal. Yeah,
the big top, as they call it. The circus business.
One of the best sets, I believe. I really like this set.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good lighting going on throughout like throughout the episode. I mean, I know that like it mainly like the vast majority of the episode takes place inside that circus tent, but they really use the lighting to their advantage.
Yeah, they've used it really well. I felt as if everything was kind of pulled together and it made sense and it was cohesive.
Yeah.
Like when they did like the green room shots, I felt like it was kind of part of the same structure and it wasn't like taken out of it. I really liked the change with how this all went down. And the fact that it did manage to incorporate in some things about like the setting. So you do have the residents of Orange Town. They're there and captive, like a captive audience.
Yeah, captive audience. There you go.
I really like that. But yeah, the big scary circus that TikTok loves.
I really like live action Moji.
Yeah, I wish he got to speak.
Me too. Why didn't they give him any lines? Isn't he supposed to be Buggy's first mate?
I don't know. I think there was like a whole episode in the Tiny Buggy adventure about that, wasn't there? Like
I think so.
Like Moji and Kabaji were like arguing, and then I think first mate technically went to Richie for a second.
God, that's so funny.
But you didn't even get Richie.
We didn't get Richie. Yeah. Yeah, for those who don't know, Richie is the lion, Moji's pet, because Moji is the animal tamer, because you know the whole circus motif.
At least they mentioned him.
Yeah. When Buggy finally shows up. Oh, by the way, Moji was holding up the sign that says like please clap.
Yeah.
Like he makes
please clap.
He makes everybody like react the way that you know that Buggy wants them to, and like holds up the sign and all that stuff.
Yeah, or else.
Yeah, or else. But it's like you said, he didn't get like a single like speaking line. So when Buggy is finally introduced, like he makes his big entrance, but like the light isn't on him. It's
not right.
Yeah, it's on somebody else. And he's like he does have like a little line. I don't want to really call it like a throwaway line, but he's like, "And where is the dancing lion?"
It was just a brief mention of Richie, and I appreciated that.
Yeah, I hope that like if his crew comes back in season 2, which by the way, God, this is another thing that I should have mentioned at the beginning of the episode.
Oh yes,
when we were recording our very first episode, they announced officially that like the second season had been like fully written, and they were just waiting on the go. And then I think not even like a full week ago, they confirmed that season 2 is going to be happening.
It's greenlit, yeah.
Yeah, as soon as able to film.
Yeah, as soon as they pay their people, they can have a season 2.
What a concept, huh?
Crazy.
Wow, less than 1% of their total earnings, and they can just do that.
Yeah, it's not like they lost more than that in this strike.
That is so funny. That is so funny.
But yeah, it's like it's really encouraging. I'm really excited. I had hoped that they would at least get a season 2 because I feel like Alabasta is great.
Oh, I want to see Alabasta so bad.
I love Alabasta.
Hashtag make Chopper a Muppet.
Hashtag make Chopper a Muppet.
Yeah.
I have a bet riding on that.
For real?
I do. My friend said
that's awesome.
My friend said that they would read One Piece if they made Chopper a Muppet.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
They didn't say they wouldn't read it if they didn't, but that it would just not be like a scheduled thing. Like,
okay.
so
okay.
I'm hoping.
Okay. So, but anyway, back to the episode.
Yes.
But yeah, so Buggy is now, properly introduced. And I like how should I put it, the way that live action Buggy was handled. He's way goofier in the manga and anime, but he has like a more serious side in the live action. And you did in the first episode you said that this is like I could be remembering wrong, but you said something along the lines of like they made him like the Joker, but like what the Joker should be. Am I remembering it right?
Yeah, something like he is very much inspired by the Joker with the design, and with like how they adapted him, but not in a bad way.
Yeah, because I feel like current Joker, like whatever the hell DC is doing with him, it's like way like they lost the plot on that guy. Like he's way too edgy, and barely makes any jokes, and is not really like living up to like his namesake or whatever. But like this Buggy, like when I was watching the episode, I was like, wow, this is what the Joker should have been this whole entire time, and now Buggy has it.
Yeah, Buggy has all of the clown swag.
Has the Joker factor. The clown swag. There you go.
He wins the Joker off.
That's what I'm gonna name this episode, by the way. Clown swag. Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome. I'm so funny. And I really just like how like he holds himself and stuff, and how he like establishes his character right off the bat. He walks in, he's like, no, it's not right. It's not right. The light has to be on me because I'm the star.
Yeah. I'm the Joker, baby.
I'm the Joker, baby. We get immediately Luffy does not remember his name, which is a great gag. I'm glad that they brought in.
Yeah, I love that.
And then, of course, Buggy's like, no, I'm Buggy.
I'm not Boogie or Baggy or whatever.
I'm the genius jester. I love that he...
Oh my god,
he just brings that out right off the bat, like
immediately.
He had like a meeting with his crew to like brainstorm all these ideas.
Yeah. It's so good. I love that so much.
And the nose gag.
Yeah. Like when Luffy is like, "Wow, you're Buggy. I bet everyone in the East Blue knows you."
Oh, what did you say?
And then like everything stops. Like and people are like, I think like his crew are like murmuring for like a second. Yeah, it's like, oh, what did he say? I said everybody knows you. It's like knows.
Side note, I love the nose. I noticed that they kind of blended it into his actual nose, so it looks more like a real nose.
Exactly, because it is supposed to be a real nose. And
yeah, it's his nose.
Yeah, and I'm glad they did that. Like, because you can see that like the nose has pores.
It's so fun. Like everyone was like memeing on it when we saw Buggy for the first time in the teaser trailer, which was super short. It was just like one shot of him, and he looked really freaky. Everyone was like, "No, he looks so bad," and I was like, "No, what are you talking about? He's supposed to be a threat in the first time you see him. He's supposed to be scary."
Yeah,
he will become Baby Girlified eventually. But we need to have Scary Buggy.
Yeah, give him time. He's scary at first, but then after a while, he becomes the babiest of baby girls.
Yeah,
and I mean that with so much love and so much positivity.
I like my Buggy on the ground with his ass in the air.
Face down, ass up. That's the way you like to what? In the words of Pitbull.
I'm always quoting that.
Yeah. but you know, all that aside, it is very nice to see that Buggy the Clown is an equal opportunity employer.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
He employs all these freaks.
Yeah.
I love his like his calling them freaks is an interesting choice, especially because we do have that thing about devil fruits right at the beginning. And I think it's an interesting like through line that they establish like with this whole episode. It's like, oh, everyone's gonna be like they're gonna think you're weird, and then immediately go to Buggy, who's like, oh, my freaks are here.
Yeah. I do like the variety that his live action crew has in terms of like I don't know how else to put it. I guess like circus people archetypes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's got the strong man, the implied lion tamer, because we didn't get to see the lion. And then like some like jugglers and all kinds of people.
We have some women, presumably.
Yeah.
Honestly, you rarely see them just in the background, so I appreciate that. You know.
Yeah. So I really like that because in the manga, like and I guess the anime too. His crew is just mainly filled with jobbers, like barely like circus looking dudes. Maybe some
they have like
a few
some hats.
Yeah,
that's about it.
But they mainly just look like birthday party hats, you know, like the cone hats. Yeah. And there's maybe like one or two other guys that have like a clownish motif going on, but they couldn't like fully commit to it.
Yeah. They need more cohesiveness, and like everyone knows in the world of One Piece, you need a theme for your pirate crew. So
yeah. So I'm glad that in the live action they really
they leaned into it.
Exactly. They really did, and I really like that. But we finally, or not finally, but we start seeing some kind of foreshadowing with Nami going on.
Yes. She's instantly not liking this whole situation, and she obviously doesn't trust any other pirate. I think she's kind of come around to Luffy like as like, oh, he's not that much of a danger. But
he's still a pirate and I still hate him.
She does not trust pirates.
Yeah. So when Buggy lights them up, you know, sizing them up, see what they're about, Nami realizes, oh shit, we really are in trouble here. So she tries to save herself by trying to like distract Buggy with Luffy, because she like takes his hat, because she had seen earlier in the episode how he's very protective about his hat. So she takes his hat, throws him up, so Luffy will use his, you know, stretchy powers to get the hat while it's in the air. And then everybody at the circus gets to see that, like, you know, he can do this, and all their attention is going to be on him, on Luffy. So then she runs out and she sees the town, and it's been like fully destroyed. And this is the part that like after I rewatched the episode, it kind of hit me, because it's like,
yeah, it's just like what happened.
Yeah. So if you know what happens later on, I'm not gonna 100% spoil it, but there Nami lived through some traumatic event that, you know, when she saw the town like all destroyed, you know, what Buggy's crew had done to it, that just like stopped her in her tracks. Like her main objective was to run away, but after she saw that, she was like too stunned to move, so she gets like captured again. And that's when she and Zoro get taken back to the green room that you mentioned earlier, which is also like another really, really good set.
Yeah, there were so many little details in that little green room. Just a fantastic design overall.
Yeah. But I was just thinking about that so much. Like I know that it's not that deep, whatever, but hey, this is a LOVEcast for a reason.
Yeah,
right?
There's a lot to love.
Yeah, exactly. So the fact that they put this much emphasis on something that, like, at first you're like, why is she reacting this way? Like, it gets to make so much sense later. Oh, but man, I thought that was genius.
Yeah,
I thought that was genius. The first time that I saw the episode, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess that's a normal reaction to have.
And it's
then,
also like if you listen, you can hear her theme playing really slowly and stuff in the background as well when she walks out.
Oh, nice.
So it's like, oh, this is her making the connection to her own memories.
My God, I need to start watching. I need to do my rewatches with like my headphones on, honestly.
Oh yeah. There was also like there's a lot of little things about the music and stuff. I've been really watching a lot of music breakdowns of this. So.
Oh, okay. So then after everyone gets, I guess, recaptured, we switch to the B plot, which we had mentioned in the first episode, because we got something going on with Garp now.
Yeah.
I said it before, but I thought it was really, really interesting how, you know, it kind of switches back and forth. I'm wondering if they're gonna do something like this again in the second season. I imagine it won't be as prevalent.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be as focused on Kobe, maybe not.
Yeah.
I think it could be another Marine. If
oh my God, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Preview character.
Yeah,
I think maybe that would be a nice place to go, because that is like essentially the existing B plot, but we just get to see tiny little pieces of it. And I think that's actually season 2 would have been the place where we would have gotten the original like Kobe Helmet Boat backstory stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if they filled in with another backstory, which I would be super happy to see Kobe interact with that character too.
Ooh, if you know, you know,
yeah,
dear listener. Yeah, but then it shows you know, Kobe being a new recruit and all that stuff. With this little Marine uniform and all that stuff, and then like Garp shows up, and I think like he just like gives him like an interview, right?
Yeah, he's like interrogating them. This scene was a little confusing just with the plot. I think it would have been a little easier had they had more stuff that Axe Hand was actually doing wrong. And like you and I know from the source material that you like, yeah, he was like threatening people and like hurting innocent civilians and stuff, but he didn't like do any of that on screen.
Oh, Captain Morgan, yeah,
Captain Morgan. He didn't do any of that on screen here, so I'm not really sure what they're investigating.
Yeah, because in the manga, Captain Morgan was a real asshole, but in the live action, he was just very strict, and that was about it. He wasn't really breaking any codes or regulations that the Marines had in place. Like his greatest fault was just losing a fight, I would say.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all. Like I noticed that in that scene where like all the Marines are standing in the yard, they have the guy whose uniform got stolen and strung up. So like they're punishing him for
getting beat up,
not beating the pirates, I guess.
I guess.
So maybe that's why he gets tied up, because he didn't beat them.
Yeah, the Marines in the live action seem way more strict. Not as
like even the propaganda is way more like everywhere. Like we see a little bit of it in the source material. Like, yeah, they have the whole like Sora Warrior of the Sea is a thing where like they kind of like try and beef up look how strong the Marines are. Like, here's this fictional character based on real Marines.
Yeah.
But like in this, they have like posters that are like, "Don't talk to pirates. We will investigate you." Like,
yeah.
I'm like, ooh, I kind of like it because it is very like fascist, which is exactly what they are.
Yeah.
All Marines are bastards.
Yeah. Sorry, Kobe.
Yeah. Sorry, Kobe.
Can't escape it.
You can't change the system from within.
Yeah.
But I just think it's interesting how they chose to adapt that. I wish they had gotten a little more explanation, and I feel like that was probably one of the things that was cut.
Yeah, but then after that little glance at what's going on behind the scenes, We go back to the main plot, and then Zoro and Nami are like, oh yeah, I said that earlier, but they're in the green room, quote unquote, and they're captured. I like how Zoro is like on one of those like spinny wheel things, and Nami is just straight up in a bird cage.
I love, and like, I have to imagine that this is very much a metaphor for the cage that she's been trapped in, right? And like kind of giving us a little more foreshadowing for her kind of story arc.
Yeah.
And like Zoro is also tied up in the same position that he was in on the cross thing.
Oh yeah.
I imagine that was probably on purpose.
That's really funny. It like you said about the foreshadowing with Nami. I at first when I first watched this episode, I didn't really catch any of that. But once it like when I finished the series and I went back and watched this and I was taking notes and being a good little boy paying attention, like all the pieces were there, like from the beginning. There were already so many things in motion just from episode 2. And that was so interesting to me. I actually stopped and I was just like thinking about everything. I was like, wow, that's crazy. That's like they put so much care into the plot once that you realize what's really going on. And I thought that was awesome.
It's just a really cool way of bringing everything in early. So it's more like it's a through line rather than just like, oh, and then this thing happens and then this happens. There's more to notice.
Yeah. And then Zoro and Nami have more of their catty banter with one another, which it's another thing that I love.
I don't know if they explained kind of like their currency system up to this point, but I had it noted down as like, oh, they didn't explain what like berry were. And they also went with the plural berry, which is
it's the same like either singular or plural, right?
Which like I get. I'm just used to saying berries.
Yeah, same.
It's like, okay, a handful of berry. I guess it does sound like more like a thing rather than just like fruit.
Yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense. I'm just so used to like the way that they say it in the manga, you said berry and berries, one berry, one coin, bunch of berries, then a bunch of coins. But yeah, I don't really have a problem with it.
It's fine. It's just an observation.
Yeah.
This is a love cast. This is not a hate cast.
Exactly. You have to watch somebody else with a hate cast.
Yeah, sorry. I know you guys were all here for that. So you clicked on a love cast.
And then we get the Buggy's. I don't really want to see backstory because obviously, the way that Buggy is, he explains everything from a very skewed point of view. Like he's talking about like, oh yeah, I used to know Shanks when Luffy, when we're back to like Buggy and Luffy and Luffy mentions Shanks and Buggy notices the hats, like I knew somebody who wore a hat just like this, and it's like, oh, you know Shanks? Oh, Shanks. And then like immediately Buggy starts talking about Shanks like he says X, except that like Buggy was the toxic one.
Yeah, I don't know. He was my ex. He was crazy though. He was just like, he was just really needy. And he didn't let me have all the attention. So
yeah, I wanted all the attention, but he hugged it all to himself.
Like, okay, Boogie.
I wanted it to be me 24/7, and he said I couldn't have that.
I love, like, one of my friends was like, what did Shanks do to him? And I was like, I cannot stress this enough. Nothing.
Buggy's just a freak. That's it.
Like, there's a lot, like, oh yeah, he was pissed about this or this. Like, he wouldn't be alive. Not for Shanks.
What did Shanks do to the poor guy? Absolutely nothing. Just existed, and then they split at a certain point. Sorry,
they
split, and it was a terrible.
It was a messy breakup.
Yeah. And Buggy made sure of it.
Heads kind of rolled at their breakup, kind of.
Hey. Speaking of heads rolling, we finally get to see the live action Chop Chop fruit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so excited to see this. Like, this was one of the things that I was most impressed by in the trailer where we first got to see it. I was worried about how it would look. It looks great. It looks fantastic. Great job. I love that they made a separate head copy for Jeff Ward, who plays Buggy.
Yeah.
And it looks fantastic. The reveal that like, oh, he's, a devil fruit user also is like, oh, it's kind of that old villain standby, like we're not so different, you and I kind of thing, which he's definitely trying to play up here. Because, like, right before this, he said, like, oh, did he betray you too or something? Like, about Shanks.
Oh, my God. Bro, get over it. Go to therapy.
It's been, like, 20 years, bro. Come on.
The way that it was, I guess, like, revealed, when Luffy punches him, and like his head flies off, and like Luffy is like looking back at his like arms, like, oh my God, did I punch him too hard?
Yeah, he was like, oh my God, I killed a man.
Did I do that? Oh God, Jesus. But yeah, it was really good how they did that, how they handle that. And then there's the part where it goes back to Zoro and Nami being held captive. And Kabaji just angrily unicycles into the room.
Unicycles at you menacingly.
Yeah.
Kabaji looks great, by the way, just like right out of JoJo.
Exactly.
With the unicycle. It's so good. Excellent work.
Yeah, I literally like word for word I wrote that on my notes. Kabaji angrily unicycles into the room just because I could not get over that.
It's so funny.
Like they already showed him in a unicycle like a bunch of times before. Why? I couldn't take that seriously. I'm sorry. Like I get that, he's a circus performer and all that stuff, but he's mad at Zoro. But just like I don't know.
So funny. I love it. I love it so much.
I don't know how you can take someone, like just rolling into a room looking mad, but like on a unicycle. Like I can't take that seriously. I'm sorry. It's a good scene. Don't get me wrong.
It is a good scene. Also, in the background of that scene, you can kind of see like there's a poster with Richie on it. Which I wrote down as like, oh my God, there's a thing and it says Moji with a big lion next to it.
That's good. I'm glad.
It's right by Zoro's swords in the background.
Please give us Richie if they show Buggy's crew again. Just please.
Like I know the VFX budget's going to be through the roof next season, but like spare a little bit.
Muppet.
Spare a little bit.
Get another Muppet. Yeah. That's fine. Get a Muppet. It's like isn't it like a pale yellowish lion with like a purple mane? Just get a Muppet. It's fine. when in doubt, just get a Muppet. That's it.
Yeah, I agree with this.
That's what I say. Yeah, there you go.
Laboon is a Muppet now. Make Laboon a Muppet, okay? Make Chopper a Muppet, but also make Laboon a Muppet. Make
Laboon a Muppet. Hashtag make Laboon a Muppet.
And then have a mini Mary. Have a mini Mary. Like, just very obviously in like a bathtub go into its mouth. It's great. No, this is awesome. I have a great idea.
Just make Laboon like a pool floaty.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah.
But I'm a genius, but otherwise, yes, Kabaji says like, oh, Zoro killed my brother, which I was like, I mean, like, yeah, probably, but like, this is all this.
But you're literally talking to the pirate hunter. Like, I don't know what you expected.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what? But I mean, skill issue, I guess.
I get good.
Yeah, shouldn't have been a pirate around the pirate hunter.
Yeah, me when I'm a pirate around the pirate hunter.
yeah. It's like the Squidward meme, where it's like me when I'm in a contest with X and Y.
Yeah. I do like that he mentions Dawn Island there. He's like, oh, you stalked us across Dawn Island, which is where Luffy's from.
Yeah.
So cool detail there.
Very nice.
Not important, but, it does give a little more life to the world. But we have him getting blades, I guess, thrown at him, which is an interesting twist.
Because this is one of the things that I didn't really get, because it's like you're mad at him and you want to kill him, but you're throwing blades around him. Like, this is as good a chance as any to kill the guy that killed your brother. But I don't know, unless maybe he said, I'm under orders not to kill you yet, then maybe it didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I guess he's not allowed to kill him yet because Buggy's not done with their captain, so he's just kind of, playing with his food a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because Buggy's a showman, and I would imagine that Kibaji is too, to an extent, just because of being part of the circus crew.
Yeah, so he's following Buggy's orders, and he said after this I can get you or whatever. But
I think he did say that after this.
He's like, oh, after this, you're mine or whatever. Like, I'm gonna kill you after that. Like,
but first, I'm gonna throw a bunch of knives at you. And Zoro's not even scared. He's like, okay,
we're gonna have some fun.
It's like, okay, you're not killing me, so whatever.
All right, whatever.
Throw knives around me as much as you want. The only thing is that he would just be annoyed at the fact that he's just being spun around over and over.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't like it, but it's not the worst way to torture someone. So.
No, Zoro, you killed my brother. I'm gonna make you mildly dizzy.
Oh no!
Oh, my
no.
one weakness. Yeah. But then after this, it cuts back to the B plot.
Right. We got Kobe in his gigantic uniform. It just drips off of him, which is very funny.
It's really good, yeah.
He also stole a uniform from that guy.
Yeah. I thought that the second scene with specifically Garp and Kobe was really good, because obviously Garp is trying to get to the bottom of things, confirming that it is Luffy who's been setting sail as a pirate, and trying to see what his next move is going to be, and if Kobe is really with the Marines or not. It's
like, why are you with the Marines?
Yeah.
Your grandson came up with this grand plan.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if you know Luffy.
So this could be just 100% me. All right, I acknowledge that.
Okay.
Before I say any of this, but some of the mannerisms that Garp had while talking to Kobe in that scene were very reminiscent of Luffy. Obviously, Garp is I guess one of the Marine higher ups, because he's vice admiral or whatever. So he has his own I guess professionalism going on.
Yeah.
Because he takes it very seriously. But then when it comes to just talking to someone person to person, I did get, this does kind of feel like something that Luffy would do, or a way that that he would act. So it's nice to see, a trace of family lineage, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like foreshadowing to they are actually related. And I noticed in the way he just talks to Kobe, he leans in and he's like, I'll have you hanging in the yard if you don't tell me.
Yeah. The whole lack of personal space when it comes to the monkey D's.
Yeah.
but I mean, like I said, once again, could be just me, but I definitely really felt like there was some, family mannerism connection going on there. It wasn't a lot, because he was, mainly acting like a Marine first and foremost. But when he broke away from that, I really felt like there was something there connecting them.
Yeah, I feel like the way he holds himself and stuff too, the way he poses a little bit, he walks away and he has this really wide stance. It's oh, okay. I mean, there's something off about this Marine. We aren't getting the full picture, which we aren't. Because, like, I mean, most of the Garp that we see later is very lighthearted, I feel like.
Yeah,
you don't get a lot
he
of
breaks,
serious Garp.
Yeah, when he breaks away from the seriousness, that's when it really like shines through.
Yeah.
And I love that so much. Also, we finally get a close up on the transponder snail.
Yes, we get to see it being fed, which is a little horrifying.
We get to see it eating.
I love it.
We get to see the teeth. Oh my god. I think I said this in the first episode, but I both love and hate that transponder snail in the live action because of how real and how detailed it is. I love the details, but I hate how real it looks. Oh, I can't get over it. I love that it's an actual just nightmare-inducing creature because that's exactly what it would be in real life too.
Exactly. It's so funny.
And it has like those little bumps on the skin that real snails have too.
Yeah, that's what they would look like.
Yeah, that's it.
They make me laugh. I just think they're hilarious.
Yeah, I love transponder snails. They're so good. And then after this little bit of B plot going on, we go back to once again the flashback with baby Luffy.
Yeah, baby Luffy.
When what are they called? The mountain bandits.
Yeah, Higama and the mountain bandits come back.
Yeah, they come back and then they start trouble again. And that's I think that's what the line you were referencing earlier, because like Shanks shows up. And it's like, hey, what are you doing to Luffy? Like, look, you can mess with me all you want, whatever, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
But don't mess with my friends.
Yep.
Don't mess with the people that I care about. And we get like a up until now, for the most part, we've gotten like a very goofy and laid back Shanks.
Yeah.
Like the only times up until now that Shanks has gotten serious has been, to tell Luffy, you're not ready for this. You can't come with us. You're not really built for this quite yet. I don't know, just keep doing your thing, keep training, whatever. But when he gets serious, like, he actually, he makes the first move.
Yeah, they don't hesitate at all. They jump into action as a crew. They see something going on, that all of them are just ready to go for it.
Yeah, really showing the pirate side of being a pirate. And I love the fight scene in the bar. It's so good with the
Lucky Roo takes the first shot and is just like, yeah, let's go, Captain.
yeah. And then like Ben Beckman and Yasop working together. Oh, that was so good. And then right before then, like the little scene with somebody trying to like choke out Lucky Roo or something.
Yeah, he hits them.
Yasop is trying to take the shot, but like he can't aim it right, so he just like shoots around a corner, kinda. Yeah. he shoots like a
pellet. It was like a steel pellet or something.
Yeah.
In order to ricochet it off, like a trick shot.
And actually hit the guy. Yeah. And meanwhile, Lucky Roo's like trying to use like a chicken leg or something to like get the guy off him.
Yeah, which is like accurate. He does use the meat that he carries around.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
It's awesome.
I also love that Yasop didn't get up until he finished taking a sip of his drink, and then he set it down, and then he got up. Just like, fine.
God, Yasop is so good. I love that. I love the fight scene with the entire red hair crew.
Mm-hmm.
It's oh my god, I love it so much.
I love seeing them in action because we don't really get to see them fight like this. Like,
yeah,
Ben Beckman just hitting someone in the face with his rifle. Like, hell yes, please.
Like actually showing him using the rifle as a weapon and then actually shooting the rifle.
Yeah.
Because what I love about him the most is like he rarely ever like shoots the rifle. He just like clobbers people with it.
Yeah. Which, like, I mean, it's partially because, these are kind of old-fashioned weapons. So, like, everything in One Piece, typically, all the, like, weapons are flintlocks. So, like, from our Revolutionary War era, kind of. So they're very slow to reload. So he's probably just, like, saving it up for like when he really needs it. So he just uses it as a weapon.
When the fight ends, I think it has like a really good lead up between like between the flashback and then back to the present, because then Shanks is like, where's Luffy? Because
and then we go right back to Luffy.
yeah, like the leader of the bandits took away little baby Luffy or whatever. But then we go back to like the real, yeah, like you said, we go back to like the actual Luffy, and now he's like in a tank filled with seawater.
One of my favorite shots in this whole episode, by the way, where it starts upside down and just slowly twists around. It's really cool.
Yeah. And then the seawater, at least in the live action, because I don't remember seawater affecting fruit users like this hard, because like obviously in the manga and anime, when they touch seawater, they can't really like do anything, but or they can't use their powers, and they start to feel weak. But this in the live action, it was more similar to like when you use kryptonite on Superman. Like Luffy was like all sluggish and couldn't really stand up.
I think that's kind of like, that's variable in the source material, just like on how much they want to show, basically.
Yeah.
It's like it's as inhibitive as they need it to be for the moment.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, that's typical for One Piece. It's our main characters are cartoon man, so like
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, like I feel like it's gotten a little bit more like kryptonite over the years, and like with Sea Prism Stone and stuff coming up later, and it makes me so weak, kind of being like a repetitive thing. I guess they were just kind of trying to hint at this relationship with Devil Fruit users. Which is like, I mean, that's a good way of showing it. I felt like first time viewers may have been a little bit confused. And I did have to explain it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they did say at the beginning of the episode, Mother Ocean turns her back on you.
Mother Ocean turns her back on you.
So should have remembered that.
But yeah, we get some really great monologuing from Buggy here, especially.
Yeah, I cannot get over live action Buggy. Like it's too good. I love him. I love the actor, and I love the makeup, and I love just his new mannerisms and his attitude and personality. It's just it's perfect. I love it. Just no notes from me. Everything about him. It's great.
I think he genuinely did kind of want Luffy to join him at this point. Like in live action, Buggy seemed to really be like, yeah, you can join me and help me become king of the pirates, which I don't know if we got Buggy saying that in the source material at this point. I think maybe, but he definitely says it here. He's like, I'm going to be king of the pirates, and you can help me because you're special, and I would never abandon you like Shanks. like he wanted to replace Shanks as the favorite uncle.
Yeah, trying to gaslight Luffy because like, no, Shanks never did any of that.
Yeah, he's kind of busy.
Yeah, that's just you, homie. And then like the little line that he has where he's like, I just want to be loved.
Yeah. An interesting turn on that.
Yeah, because it shows some kind of like inner pain, inner turmoil that he has going on, but he just can't stop killing people.
And pain leads to art, as he said earlier in the episode, and we didn't bring that up, but like, maybe he thinks of himself as like a suffering artist. Like
yeah, he says that after he destroyed a whole entire town with a circus full of captives. But I just want to be loved, you guys. He's just a little meow meow. That's my little meow meow.
He's my little meow meow. He's done nothing wrong, actually.
He only killed a dozen people and leveled the whole entire town. But other than that, it's all good, baby.
Yeah, but Luffy's quick to remind him you can't make people love you.
And then back to the flashback again to finish the thing with the bandit leader and taking Luffy out to sea, which is like, well, just run away to the ocean instead of like climbing back into the mountain. But whatever, he gets in a boat, and because he's a he's a mountain bandit. He doesn't know about the king of the coast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else knows. You don't know.
Yeah, because you're a stupid mountain bandit. You rarely come down to the sea. Which is like a huge like sea serpent creature. Oh my god, the CGI on that was so good.
It was really good. I think that was like, again, one of the first things that we saw in like the teaser trailer, and I think it was really important to show that.
Yeah. A lot of people were talking about like how good that looked, and I also really loved it. So we get the the king of the coast bumps into the boat, and Luffy and the bandit guy gets sent flying. So Luffy, oh no, he can't swim.
He can't swim.
What's gonna happen to him? Yeah. The bandit leader just gets eaten off screen. Like we don't even get to.
No, we don't even get to kind of get like confirmation that he was eaten. We just kind of understand that.
He's just gone.
Which is interesting. It's not clear how Shanks got to the boat in the live action.
He just swam really fast.
He swam really fast, but he's dry in like the entire scene.
Okay, well maybe he just jumped.
Yeah, I mean, like I assumed that he swam. I had a lot of people asking me when I was watching this with other people if Shanks had a devil fruit, because it was unclear, and I think maybe they did that on purpose. Just to kind of obscure it a little bit, because like you and me know what happened.
Yeah.
But the viewers don't really understand it quite yet. And I feel like it's okay if it's a little unclear.
Yeah, but Shanks saves Luffy from drowning. They get back on the little boat, but the king of the coast is still there. And it takes just a little nibble out of the boat. Along with something else. Yeah. He takes a little nibble out of the boat along with something else.
Yeah. Nothing important.
Yeah, nothing that matters. But Shanks is like, okay, that's you had your little snack.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get out of here, homie.
Yeah.
And I like how it zooms in on Shanks' eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the opposite of dilating? Because like it gets like the
it gets smaller.
Somebody let us know in the comments what's the opposite of dilating. Thank you, appreciate it. But his eye gets smaller, whatever the technical word for that is.
Meiosis, apparently.
Thank you.
Constricted pupils.
His eye gets meiosis. and it's like you said, those who don't know, they don't know yet. But I love how early in the series they
hint at this, yes.
They hint at this particular power, because Shanks does something. He does something. You don't know what it is yet, but he does something.
Yeah, it's very clear that he doesn't just like talk to it. It's like there is something that happened there,
but you don't know yet. Unless
it's a mystery.
Unless you're caught up, kinda. Not even caught up. Just right before the time skip, I think that they talk about it. That was really cool how they showed that. They showed
him saving Luffy, who would have died had he not lended a hand, so to speak.
Yeah. He lost his arm, right?
He lost his arm.
He lost his arm.
I was cosplaying Shanks at the Ren Fair this weekend, and a constant barrage of like, let me lend you a hand jokes all day. It was so much fun. I also got to put hats on Luffy cosplayers. I saw a couple.
Oh, that's awesome.
They were so sweet.
That's really cool. At Fanime earlier this year, I actually cosplayed Lucky Roo.
Yeah, I love your Lucky Roo.
Oh, thank you. And in the whole entire weekend, I was looking for like a Shanks cosplayer, and I didn't get to see one. Not even like on the day that like the One Piece gathering was supposed to happen. I saw him like the day after the One Piece gathering happened. And he was just so fucking happy to see me. It was like we were actually part of the crew. I was like, Captain, and he was like, oh, Lucky Roo, and we were like hugging and everything. We took selfies and everything. And for those who might not know, there's like, I guess like some kind of like meme or something going on in the One Piece community with Lucky Roo. Because there's those channels, like fan theory channels.
Oh god, yeah.
That refer to Lucky Roo as the fastest man alive solely because of like a thing that happened in the anime where like Shanks is being threatened by the mountain bandits. They put like a gun next to his head. And then out of nowhere, like Lucky Roo shows up.
Yeah.
And shoots the guy that was threatening Shanks. Yeah, he's just there now. And people are like, how did he do that? Does he have some kind of power? What's going on with Lucky Roo? To the point where like people just started calling him the fastest man alive. Like I don't know where it came from. Some people even call him the man who is faster than his own shadow. That's Lucky Roo. So at one point I was hanging out with a friend. This is still at Fanime. I was hanging out with a friend. I think it was the same day or maybe like a couple days before. Anyway, I was like, okay, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go get some water. And when I was getting my cup of water, somebody like walks by me and like kind of leans over and it's like, fastest man alive, and then just keeps walking. I was like, oh yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
I guess so. I guess. Yeah, Lucky Roo. I love cosplaying One Piece.
I missed it so much. I forgot. And then people were like, would see me. I got recognized so much at the Ren Fair.
I'm so glad. that fucking rules.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody, it was there for Pirates Weekend.
Nice.
And I was Shanks and I was with my friends who were Zoro and Sanji from Film Red.
Nice.
So like we had a group, there's 3 of us, and Zoro and Sanji were walking right in front of me. People just eyes glazed over, the bright green hair and the blonde with like, I mean, they're very like ostentatious. No, they went to me with the red hair. Awesome. And they went, Shanks! I got yelled at so much. I got somebody who yelled like, Shanks, your arm grew back.
Yeah, and I walked it off.
Yeah. I said, yeah, I got better.
Oh, that rules.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Anyway, so
anyway, back to show.
We're in the boat. We're doing our thing. Shanks has lost his arm, and Luffy feels terrible. But Shanks says, it's only an arm.
Oh my God, Shanks! I did that to you. I'm so sorry.
That's actually exactly how he sounded. Wow, that's a 1-to-1.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm a voice professional, so you can trust me.
Yeah. Wow, what an honor. Well, yeah, after we see that touching scene with Shanks and Luffy, Shanks saving Luffy, and Luffy finally realizing, that being a pirate really does come with a lot of danger. I mean, it was a very sweet scene, but also does knock some sense into Luffy after he sees what Shanks did for him and all that stuff. But yeah, we're back to the I guess present. I don't know how else to put it, but like back in the current storyline. And there's this back in the green room actually, right? With
we're back in the green. Well, we cut back to Luffy drowning.
Yeah.
And then kind of being threatened a little bit. Buggy's messing with the hat, so he's angry. And then back to the green room.
Yeah, back to the green room. And there's this really good scene where like Kabaji is like still like messing with Zoro.
Yeah.
And it's like sounds like your captain isn't gonna make it. And Zoro has this great line when he says that like I don't need to believe in him because he already believes in himself. And to be honest, I'm starting to feel it too. Something like that. I should have brought down.
Kabaji's like, do you have somewhere to be? And he's like, well, I didn't used to think so, but Luffy changed that.
Yeah, that's the part.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, you believe in him? And he's like, I don't need to believe in him. He believes in himself. Like, it rubs off. Like,
yeah. Oh my God, I love that. I love that scene so much.
That was so interesting because, like, obviously something about Luffy appealed to something in Zoro, and they just kind of gelled.
Yeah, because up until now, like Zoro was like pretty serious and even like somewhat pessimistic.
Yeah.
But after seeing like the way that like that Luffy, the way that he is and the way that he talks to people and the way that he even like connects with people, just it really spoke to him and it got something it got some kind of fire lit in him, and we're starting to see that.
He's taking steps to like achieve his dream by following Luffy.
Yeah.
And like, despite them being like, oh, we're not a crew.
Yeah, they're not a crew yet, you guys.
But there's something about Luffy, and I mean that's just true of all of the crewmates. Like, there's something that appeals to them about their captain, and that's why they're with him.
Yeah.
And I think we're starting to see like why that is.
Yeah. And then it turns out that what's his name? That Kabaji had thrown one of those knives when he was messing with Zoro. He threw one of those knives a little too close to one of his wrists that was like tied up.
Mm-hmm. Accidentally freeing one of his arms while Nami's breaking out in the background. So he's essentially serving as a distraction.
Yeah. So Nami and Zoro bust out. They take care of Kabaji like he's nothing. Like, it's not even a fight.
No, he just chokes him out.
He just chokes him out. Yeah. With one arm.
And then they're like, yeah, let's go kill some clowns.
Yeah. And they between Zoro and Nami, they just completely beat up Buggy's crew off screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not even that
they're not that important.
Yeah, they're not that important that they deserve a fight scene. Just knock their heads off, and that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, but we finally get to the big confrontation that turns into another JRPG boss fight. 3 against 1.
The 3 against 1. Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 against 1.
Which I feel like is kind of indicative of like, yeah, this is they're not strong enough to take on the big bosses one by one yet.
Yeah.
Like, even Luffy isn't strong enough necessarily.
Uh-huh.
He needs his crew there.
Yeah.
Especially early on. And I also have written down, where are my freaks?
Where
Excellent
are my freaks?
line. Just very, I feel like a lot of marketing in these shows is based on like reaction images. That's a perfect one.
Yeah.
But they break him out of the water tank. And then we get the big fight.
Just as a quick note, we gotta normalize that when you're looking for your friends. Just say out loud, "Where are my freaks?
Where are my freaks?"
Yeah.
Just walk into a crowd and say that and see who responds.
It's the new Avengers Assemble.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Where are my freaks?
I'm gonna do that next time I end up at a One Piece gathering. But yeah, so we get the map comes back up at this point, which is
because the Nami busts Luffy out of the seawater tank, and because at this point he had like almost drowned, like the tank was like almost completely full.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's spitting the water back up, he also spits the tube that has the map of the Grand Line. He spits that back up. And I think this is another really, really good scene, like, too, that shows, like the character of Luffy and Buggy, because everyone's like sprawled out on the floor because it was like a huge tank of water, and it knocked everybody off, but like I guess everyone's on the floor because I mean it's like a huge volume of water, and like if you get hit by that, then obviously you're not gonna be standing anymore. Yeah, so that's what I meant to say.
And it weakened both of them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
They did kind of establish, it weakens you. So so Luffy and Buggy are on the floor, like crawling around. Yeah. Luffy's grabbing his hat, Buggy's grabbing the map.
Okay, so this is this shot. I loved it so much because Luffy is crawling towards his hat, and Buggy is crawling towards the map, and both of those things are right next to each other. But that's what I mean when they show like they show like their true character. Luffy going after his hat because that's like the most important thing to him, even though it's like right next to like the map of the Grand Line. I thought it was gonna be like both of them crawling towards the map, but no, and I thought that was so good. That was such a great scene because Buggy, like, all that he cares about,
very indicative of their characters.
Yes. And Buggy, all that he cares about is just going after the map. And that was, oh my god, I can't get over that. I just love that so much. It's so good.
And we get the full reveal of the chop chop cannon.
Oh yeah.
As the music kind of swells, like this is his like big attack, and he's able to push Zoro back. He's not able to be cut, so Zoro's kind of useless.
Yeah.
And Nami's like, what the hell?
Yeah. So something that I really like about the live action Luffy is that, I mean, yeah, he is an idiot, but he's not a full idiot, because he notices that on the corner of the circus, there just so happen to be like a bunch of boxes that are just right there, like just open. And he tells Nami and Zoro, "Hey, I'm gonna knock the pieces of this guy towards the boxes. You go close them." So it was like through Luffy's idea that they were able to beat Buggy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I thought that was really interesting.
And I know Oda said that they had to kind of adapt Luffy for live action.
Yeah.
And I think if he wasn't able to make these tactical decisions, he probably wouldn't have been believable. But he can notice these things. Like he does notice a lot of stuff in the middle of combat. That's like when he pays the most attention sometimes.
Yeah.
So I do like it as an adaptation. I think it is still true to Luffy, even if it is slightly different.
Yeah. And then Luffy repeats like a line that Shanks had said. Yeah, it's like, you can mess with me, but don't mess with my friends. That was another great little bit. And then once they get all that taken care of, we just see Buggy. He's just a little guy. It's just literally like the head, hands, and feet.
Yeah, I love that we got Tiny Buggy. I did not expect it.
I'm so glad that we got Tiny Buggy. This is a little birthday boy. It's his birthday. Hey, what are you gonna do?
He's just a little guy.
Are you gonna use Gun Gun Bazooka on me? This is my birthday. I'm a little guy.
I'm just such a little guy. Yeah. I'm so harmless.
Yeah.
I only chained up a whole town.
Yeah. After destroying it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then obviously, that's over and done with, and Luffy and the crew set everybody free.
Of course, they have to.
Yeah, I liked it the whole time, I mean, not that they had a choice, but during everything that was going down in the main circus, like, they really did have an audience.
Yeah, everybody saw that.
Yeah, the whole entire town, everybody saw that.
There's, like in the source material, like the town wasn't really in on it, but the mayor and like the other guy were something. But we got a cameo from the mayor. We even got like a shot of the dog at the end. Like,
oh yeah, Shushu, was that the name?
Yeah, Shushu. Yeah,
Shushu. Yeah, I like that the mayor of the town also had like a 1-to-1 like hairstyle from how it was like in the manga.
I just thought it looked very silly, but like it was done well. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. They didn't have to do that, but I'm so glad that they did. Especially considering that the mayor literally had like 2 lines or something.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, at least he's getting that speaking money.
True.
Good for
That's
you.
True. Yeah. Good for him.
Unlike Mochi.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mochi. I hope you get something next season.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
But yeah, we pan back to the Marines, where they've strung up Axe Hand.
Yeah.
For something.
He did something.
He did something.
We don't know what yet,
maybe they found something else.
Hashtag Axehand did nothing wrong.
Yeah, Axehand did nothing wrong, actually. He's my baby girl, actually.
Yeah, he's baby girl. He's baby girl. He's old enough to be baby girl.
He is. Yeah. Side note, I did see a behind the scenes photo of Axehand, like, prom photo embracing Buggy, which is hilarious.
I saw that.
It was great. That's my new ship.
I love that so much.
Axe Bug shippers interact, please.
Axe Bug.
But yeah, so we have him strung up. We have Kobe kind of realizing, this
this
a little fucked up.
Yeah, this Marine stuff is some serious shit, actually.
Yeah.
But and then Garp is, doing this like whole speech. And he says something that I definitely took notice of, which is like, for these pirates, you don't just beat them and incarcerate them, but it's also about taking away their dreams, and that is actually like a big thing, at least the way that it was portrayed in the manga, because there was an Oda and another Oda Q&A, the SBS corner as they call it, where somebody asked how come Luffy like never really like kills his opponents or like anybody that he fights, and it's because like by fighting them and beating them and showing them that like they can't accomplish their goals anymore, in a way Luffy is taking away their dreams, and in a way that is worse than death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
so
there is something worse than death, even, you know?
So Garp just straight up talking about that was another like really good detail that I really liked.
I've seen people complaining that there's a little bit of focus on dreams, but I think the sooner it comes up as like a very serious topic, like the more that it kind of sets in. Like, no, we're not joking. Dreams are important.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's something that at least in the One Piece world, this is some serious shit.
Yeah. Like, I mean, people without dreams, we do see a couple times, and they are like some of the worst people.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have
We'll go back to another flashback after this.
Well, they do the departing from the town, I believe.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. They do the departing from the town.
So we go back to the town, and they're like, "Oh, please take this as our gratitude. Here's some breads or whatever."
Yeah, it's like a chest filled with food. It's not much, but it's the only thing we got left.
And of course, Luffy's like the pain in his eyes when he has to turn it down.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, I'll just take one."
Yeah, because I think about Luffy as far as being a pirate goes is that he's literally just built different. Like, he's not really in it for the fame or to be a hero. The main reason they really did anything was because they just found themselves in the, being kidnapped by Buggy and in that tent. He was never like, throughout the whole episode, he was never like, I'm gonna free these people that you captured, Buggy. No, he was just like, okay, well, you fuck with my friends, so now I'm just gonna beat you up.
Yeah. He doesn't want to be thanked for it.
Yeah, and then the whole saving the people just happened to be,
It's like, well, we're here.
Yeah, might as well. Why not? That's something, dear listener / viewer. Pay attention to that. I'm not gonna say anything else on it.
This will be a surprise tool to help us later.
Yeah. So pay attention to that. But yeah, and then right before they get back in the boat, Luffy is like, actually, you know what? Yeah, let me take a little snacky, just one for the road.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. But he's the only one that does it. Everybody else, like, it's already on the boat by that time. That was another nice little detail. But then yeah, right after that we get to, I think, the final flashback.
The other flashback. Yeah,
the final flashback where Shanks is leaving for real because at the beginning of the episode it had started with a flashback that stated that Shanks was gonna leave soon. So now that he's leaving for realsies,
he's leaving for real this time.
Yeah, not a hoax, not clickbait. He's saying goodbye to everybody in the town. Even like the mayor like came out to say bye to Shanks.
Yeah, Mayor Whoop Slap. We hadn't seen him yet.
Oh yeah, he was also like really good in the live action. I mean, even though he didn't really like,
he didn't do anything, but he was there. He was there, and that's important to me.
We appreciate that. We appreciate that a lot. Yeah.
We get Shanks saying goodbye to Luffy one-on-one. Also, one of the boxes in the background is Gully Law. I thought that was interesting. Because I don't think Gully Law had been established yet.
Oh, so. yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I could be wrong. But still, a little detail.
Yeah.
But yeah, little baby Luffy is like, yeah, that's okay. I don't want to come with you.
I realize now, Shanks. I know that it's a big deal to be a pirate, and it's not just fun and games or whatever. And that was a really good turnaround for Luffy. Like a good character development.
Yeah, like he realized he needs time to be strong. Like, yeah, this is my training arc.
Yeah,
growing
exactly. Exactly.
And then of course we get the hat.
The hat scene.
Which is just so cute.
Yeah, this is my greatest treasure. I'm gonna give it to you.
Passing it off, and really just hammering home, like, I gave up my arm. I'm gonna also give you my treasure. Like, because I believe in you.
Yeah, that's so damn good. But I believe in you so much that like I'm gonna give up my arm and like the hat that I cherish the most, the one thing that I cherish the most in the whole entire world.
Yeah. That definitely got me misty eyed. Like, oh, Shanks. Luffy.
Yeah, it was done really well in the live action, honestly.
Yeah, it was perfect. It wasn't too cheesy. Like, we didn't get like, I'm glad that they got the silhouette of it, but they didn't like one-to-one match the manga here. And I'm kind of glad about it because I feel like sometimes when they're just trying to make a manga reference, it's like, okay. But sometimes it works. Sometimes it works a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, great scene.
Yeah. And then it's once again back on the little boat with everybody. And there's this really cute bonding moment where at one point throughout the episode, like Buggy was messing with Luffy's hand and was like taking like pieces of like straw one by one out of it. Yeah, and that got Luffy like really mad.
But Nami fixed it.
Yeah, and this scene, Nami is fixing it, and I thought it was like a really sweet scene because in the manga, I don't remember how it was in the anime, but I'm mainly, I don't know if you can tell by now, but I'm mainly like a manga reader for One Piece. Mm-hmm. But in the manga, it was kind of like a little like throwaway, like moment, like, oh, thank you for fixing my hat. Oh. Means so much to me, and so no problem, that's it.
I think they did have a moment where she was like actively fixing it and he was like, thank you. So it does happen in all sources, which is great.
Okay. In the anime, right?
In the anime, yeah.
Okay.
I read the manga as well, so I'm both.
So the way that it was done in the live action was really sweet because it could like the look that Nami gave Luffy, after she fixed his hat, like she was like smiling at him and everything, like she understood the like actually like really truly understood the importance that the hat has to him. Mm-hmm. And just having that cute little bonding moment together, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
I really appreciated that. It's something that you can't really do for the most part. I think you can't really capture that in a manga or in an anime. They're just some human things that you can only see like in live action.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons I love the live action, is just because it gives me the satisfaction of seeing these characters and like believing that they are spending time together and watching how they interact, and it makes it feel a lot more real.
Yeah.
And then we get this little exchange with Zoro too, which I love. Just like a little check-in with the crew, which are now a crew. I think that like Zoro's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be crazy, and then Luffy says, oh, it's just like Shanks used to say, and Zoro's like, oh, Shanks sounds all right, like. Oh, but wait,
there's more.
Nami's up to something.
Yeah. Nami's up to something. Like she reaches in the inside like a little what do you even call it? A secret compartment that was in the boat.
like a cargo thing.
Yeah,
I don't know the nautical term for it, but it's like, there's a little board and there's stuff underneath it, and she has a couple things.
And she pulls out like a tiny little transponder snail.
I really enjoyed this. I know it's a departure, but I kind of like it.
Yeah,
it's kind of sneaky.
Yeah, Nami being sneaky and then talking to someone. But who is that on the other line? We don't know yet. But it does give us just like a window into like, oh, maybe there is something else with her. Yeah, Nami is like at this point 100% has something else going on.
Yeah, and so it just gives us kind of like okay, maybe there's something amiss with Nami, maybe.
Yeah, and then immediately after that, nothing else. Just like the episode ends, and I thought that was a really good way to cap it off.
Yeah, it's a great place to end it right before we go to our next adventure.
Yeah.
So overall thoughts.
I cannot overstate how much I love live action Buggy.
Yeah, no, I think live action Buggy is my favorite iteration. I mean, people warned me coming in. They were like, live action Buggy's so good, man. Like, yeah,
everybody who made like fan cams on him on TikTok, it was well deserved.
Yeah, I think he kind of earned that one.
Yeah, he more than earned that. Yeah, everybody
he's the
was
sexy
like
clown of the year.
well within their rights. Well within their rights. I've seen that clown fucking has become like very very popular lately. So I think that this came out like at a very good time to catch all of them.
Advantageous SEO for clown fucking.
It's like putting honey like on the side of the tree and just waiting for like all the bugs to get stuck. Just waiting to catch them.
They know they're coming. We know they want the buggy. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Wait. They do. I live with one. Nice. Good shit. I live with a buggy fan.
Hey.
Which is very funny because I cosplay Shanks. So.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it's great. I'm very. By this point in my initial watch, I was feeling like over the moon. I needed to take a walk after this. I was just like so full of energy.
Oh yeah. But then something else starts to happen, and we're gonna talk about that in the next episode.
So yeah, stick around for that when we get to it.
On the next episode of One Piece live action Lovecast.
Oh my god, did you see that?
Wow, I can't believe that he said that.
He said that, though.
Oh, he's gonna get canceled on Twitter for that.
Oh, he got punched.
Well, anyway, that's I think that's about it for us, huh?
Yeah, that's it. Thanks for our trailer.
If you enjoyed this episode, tell your friends about us. If you like Let's Plays, then check out the playlist tab on this channel, and then you can find a bunch of fun little games that my friends and I have done. And then obviously, as I said earlier, said at the beginning of the episode, there's also going to be an end screen with a Let's Play that my friend Connor and I did with our dearest Tide over here.
Hello.
Yeah.
I am on that.
Yeah.
We did a lot of fun voices.
Yeah. Legends of something Arcadia.
Something Arcadia, yeah.
Something Arcadia. Just look that one up. It's very gay. We didn't know that it was going to be gay. But
we didn't know. Yeah,
we're so glad that it turned out that way. But anyway, once again, our artist, ScribSquab, you can check out his Twitter in the video description. And don't forget about the ongoing strikes. You can if you
donate to the solidarity funds if you can.
If you feel generous enough and you can afford it, then yeah, donate to one of those funds. I'm gonna have a few in the video description, so you can choose whichever one you want. Hey, no pressure. Yeah, I know that.
Yep, no obligation. They're doing a lot of auctions and stuff, so we just appreciate the solidarity.
Yeah, whatever. If you can do it, then yeah, go ahead and do it. But if not, then it is what it is. We understand that times are tough.
They sure are.
Oh, tell me about that.
That's why we're pirates.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.